Hello again, my name is Christopher from Forever Transfer Paper Germany. Thank you so much for tuning in into this session at Sublimation Summit 2020. This session will be about how to utilize your white toner printer for products that are non-t-shirts. And probably you will see just behind me a couple of examples, and you will also see all over my desk over here. Just give you the bird's eye cam. Lots and lots of items over here and over there that we can print with our OK white toner printer, because we all know the OK white toner system is a great system for t-shirts, especially when it comes to dark t-shirts. What comes up to our mind is either a white toner printer or it is direct to garment. Both are viable cases for t-shirts, but as pretty much everybody does t-shirts, it might make sense to look for a couple of business opportunities that can create some extra dollars, some extra cash with this needle system, and they're kind of really overlooked. So a couple of things, especially with weddings or clubs, or when it comes to baby parties, a lot of applications are great for the white toner system. So let me show you a couple of examples over here. Let me just go over to my detail cam, and over here one example is, for example, napkins. Doesn't matter if you do it multicolor on like cocktail napkins like over here, or if you have like the more elegant ones like here with Flex Soft in gold. This here is Forever Laser Dark, the two-step paper, the A and B paper. This one is also Forever Laser Dark. This is Forever Laser Dark, all onto napkins. So this is a great business model, especially because you can gang up sheets. Over here we have, for example, wooden ornaments, like straight piece of wood, felt coasters. We do have boxes of papers. We do, obviously, when we talk about weddings, we have wedding invitations. So this is done with Flex Soft Rose Gold onto a black cardstock wedding invitation. These here are pre-printed from the laser printer, just straight as it is, and the golden glowing letters here are Flex Soft. Here another example. You can just add a little bit of Flex Soft on top of it, just for personalization, like here with Lorelei and Chris, or over here with just the word invitation. Doesn't cost you much, just cost you a couple of cents, but just adds extra touch. What you also can do is cozies, neoprene cozies, where you can put your Canon, also very popular with the white toner system. And of course, face masks. Who doesn't wear face masks these days, if we like it or not? It's a thing we have to do in most places of in this world. And this is done on a cotton mask with Forever Laser Dark. You can also use Flex Soft for it if it's single color. Then looking further up, we do have baby onesies over here. Like over here, single color in white all over prints, in cyan blue, or multicolor here, Boss Baby, fuss it away, with Forever Laser Dark on a white toner printer. So this can be done with Forever Flex Soft in a regular laser printer. This as well. This here needs a white toner printer because we're talking here about multicolor. Then another option that is great, doesn't cost much money, it's a good money maker, are canvas sneakers. Like over here on the side, on the high top, or just a tongue. Both is possible. Obviously, we do also have multicolored mugs, also done with a white toner printer. If you print on mugs, make sure they are satin mugs or matte printed mugs. Then you can, I hope you can hear it, actually scratch on it and it doesn't come off. So the more matte or the more kind of a satin mug it is, the better the toner can embed into the mug, and you have a great add-on to your mug business. What's also great is wooden menus for a restaurant, or for example for a wedding. Like this here is just a straight piece of wood, printed something here in the back side and here all over on the front. Also quite neat are these little mini t-shirts for teddy bears and mini sheeps and so on. Also belongs more to the baby section, so put this guy over there. And as well for sport clubs, sportswear, like little bags. Also something you can press with your white toner system. So how is all this done? Pretty much everything we've seen here was done either with Forever Laser Dark, the same paper that you use for the t-shirts, the Forever Flex Soft, also the same paper that you use for t-shirts, or the Forever Multitrans in the case of the coffee mugs. That was Forever Multitrans. And it's pretty much 2-3 different kinds of papers, and we're going to go through the tattoo paper as well today, just to show you a little bit of what you can do besides t-shirts with your white toner system. So one key factor to make this as profitable as possible is obviously to gang up as many logos on one sheet as you can. I have here a couple of examples on FlexSoft, on Laser Dark, and on the tattoo paper, where I ganged up a couple of logos also for different applications onto a single sheet. This also saves us marrying time, as we can marry multiple logos within one marrying process. So we save time and we also save material costs. So here's a cup. Here is a close-up. So for example, here, this here, just put this here behind so you can see it a bit better. This here is Forever Laser Dark, and here I put a couple of wedding logos on top. So 9 of them. This would be probably even a bit less than, lower out of here, a little bit less than a letter size sheet. And down here, a couple of other multicolor logos I could place here. Another further 4 logos here, here, and here, and there, and probably also another group of logos down here. So make sure you use most of your sheet. Here with a little bit bigger logos. Just place them over here. I've ganged 6 up onto one sheet, and in theory I could also use this space over here to do another dollar bill in there. And on FlexSoft, just turn this around. This is FlexSoft, comes in more than 20 colors. This one is the gold. This one that we used over here, this here is the fluorescent neon green. Here we ganged up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3, 15 logos onto one sheet. So one sheet over here is about $2 to $2.50, depending on how many you buy. For the A and the B together, and divided through 15, we're talking about less than 20 cents per logo over here. Let me just demonstrate how this product works. In the case of Forever FlexSoft. Forever FlexSoft is a product that you can use with a regular household laser printer, while the multicolor option, the Forever Laser Dark on a transparent sheet, is something you will need a white toner printer for. So we have here the A foil from FlexSoft, printed side facing upwards. We have a mirror print over here, just done with a regular household laser printer, so a $100 machine. We place the B paper on top of it, like so, and we cover it up with some parchment paper or a Teflon sheet or whatever you have. For FlexSoft we use about 265, 270 degrees Fahrenheit and about 90 seconds at medium pressure. So when the marrying is done, we are left over with 2 sheets, one with the B paper that is used, you can see some indentions over here, and the married film with the B paper on the back side. Let me just show you this in a close-up. Like so, wherever we had the black print, there's now a white adhesive on the back. This white adhesive helps us to make it stick onto our garment, or in this case onto our other objects like our wood or our paper napkin. So this is done. When we're peeling it, we might want to make sure that we peel it while it's on the platen, so it's nice and hot. We take one corner, like so, and we peel it slowly in a more vertical angle, just like that. There we go. So once this is done, we just start to trim or cut out our little logos. Let me just give you a close-up cam. They're a bit easier to see. Just do it over here. What you want to do in every case, regardless if you use logos or a complete sheet, trim off this little edge over here. See that down here? You don't want that on your shirt. So just go around everything. Just like that. And then we cut out our little logos. But we don't have to cut really precisely, we just need to cut roughly around it. So we just do it this here for once. See that? A bit hard to see. There we go. It's a bit better. And another one. We do this for every little logo that we want to use. And let's talk about a wedding invitation, or napkins in this case, just pure napkins. Here we have a paper napkin out of IKEA. You can get about 250 of them for about $6 at your local IKEA store. So this is just a regular paper napkin. You get about 250 of them for about $6 over here in Europe. Probably about the same pricing in the US as well. So not really an expensive item. You can just buy them once, stock them up, and whenever the wedding comes up, you just pull out a couple of these and create them, and create a couple of logos. We place our logo that we just created on top of our napkin. Let me just get you the bird's eye cam, like over here. So this is our napkin, this is our logo. We just cover it up with some parchment, press it, and when it comes to pressing times, about 5 seconds minimum, up to 30 seconds for garments that we want to wash. As we don't wash these kind of napkins, we just use them once, we can actually work with very short pressing times. In this case, it was about 15 seconds, so very, very short. Then we want to take off our napkins. We can obviously print several of them at once, place them down, let them cool. While we let them cool, we can just print the next round of napkins. So why napkins? So I have a little cheat sheet over here, so excuse me when I'm looking at it. So the napkins, as I told you, roughly $6 for about 250 pieces of them here, so nothing extraordinary. Cost per piece a little bit more than 2 cents, so nothing super expensive. For 15 logos like we have over here, on one sheet of Flexsoft, with A and B together, about $2, a little bit more, just make it $2.50 for the sake of the argument. And we have a cost per logo of 17 cents. So 2 cents and 17 cents makes about 19 cents total cost to produce one of those over here. Obviously we can gang up all of them, we can press several at once, so we save a lot of time. So my working time over here that I'm showing over to you is not actually representative. And we could sell those. Let's imagine a wedding with about 100 guests, and they all want a personal wedding invitation like this one over here. Let me just show that to you close up. So let's just imagine all of these 100 guests want to have one of these wedding invitations. Just like that. That's one. Just give them a short repress, like this. Put them back in. Just a couple of seconds. And we're done. We have a wedding invitation, or a napkin for a wedding, for E&A. We can also use full names. We have some full names over here, nothing like that. Or a date on it with very fine details. Let me just show you another example. we just use the back side of it, press it, create a little envelope, just like that. So here's our napkin, here's our logo, put it in here, press it for a couple of seconds, just give it this time about 5 seconds, would be enough to adhere, let it cool off, peel it, repress, then you're done. So you can really streamline this. Marrying time is about 90 seconds A to B. Pressing time onto this napkin over here, about 5 to 10 seconds. Repressing time another 5 seconds, peeling off. So you should be done with, let's see how many you can get on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, about 10 of them with one go within about 2 minutes. So pretty fast. And when you sell them for $2.50 a piece for a wedding, and on weddings people tend to spend a lot of money. It's just $250 investment for them, but your profits, because your costs are so low, would be about $230.93. I just put them up over here somewhere, just to give you an idea of what you can do with your system. Another neat application would be a cap. For example, one of those over here, or get over here, this one over here. To produce these, you will need a cap press, like a hat press. Just a one-time investment, same procedure, A to B, and once you're ready, you just take one, press them on top, fix it, place it, peel it off when you're done, ready to go. And for a cap, you basically pay in between about $3 to $8, depending on the brand, of course. So we just assume something in the middle, about $5. The little logo costs you about, give or take, about 20 cents, depending on how big it is and how many you can get up onto one sheet. Makes the total cost of about $5.20 to produce the cap. You sell those caps roughly for about $10 to $50, make it $12.50. And just imagine you have a cap for one logo, 10 caps, would be about $87 on profit for a relatively simple job. The same goes for the shoes. Those one over here, especially these high tops. You can buy those at about $25. The logos itself, that size, cost you about 20, 25 cents. This is a bit bigger, so this is 25 to probably about 20, including the ink. And you could sell those easily for like $50 if there's the logo of your school on it. Let's say you have a little sports team, a local sports team that you want to support. Produce 10 pairs of these shoes and you run out with a profit of close to $250. So like 247 something. And also a good money maker are these wooden ornaments, especially for the Christmas time or fall season. Let me just show you this one as a close-up. These ones over here, just regular wooden ornaments, straight wood. They often come with a hole already drilled into it, so you just put a string through it. You can hang them up as a Christmas decoration. Or just a general decoration as well. Also here, you can simply press any kind of logo onto it. Also, to Forever Laser Dark, let's just use this one over here. Or we can also use a wedding logo. Oh, let's use a wedding logo on this one. Might look nicer. So I already prepared this one over here. So let's do the thank you. Do thank you on here, and we do this little guy on here. When you press onto wood, make sure you lower your pressure. So in this case I just remove this mat over here wisely, put the wood into an envelope, and we make sure we put this more into the middle of our press. Press this down about medium pressure. So about medium pressure for about 10 to 25 seconds. Wood often takes a little bit more time to heat up, depending on the thickness and the kind of wood. And these wooden ornaments, the one that I showed you over here, in that size, cost you roughly about $10 for 37 pieces. It's something I found on Amazon. So just check out Amazon, check out your local craft store, see what kind of pricing they have for different sizes. And in this case, I ending up with costs of one of these here for 27 cents on the material itself, and for the logo itself we were about 20 cents, so pretty inexpensive. So give or take about 45 to 50 cents production costs for one of those here. And the nice thing about it, when you look up those here on Etsy, I saw them going out on the market for about $14 for one. $14 sales price. Let's say you can't achieve $14, you just get $10 for one. Production costs 50 cents when you buy them in cheap. It's a no-brainer. It's about $9.50 per wooden ornament. If you have an order of 10 for a Christmas tree or for a company or for a family with family pictures on them, it's easy $400 to $500 for just one order of 10 pieces. Wood takes also quite a long time to cool down. So what we do in the meantime is we just press the napkin with a multicolor logo on top. So you've seen that as well. Just put it over here, close it, and just give it a couple of seconds to adhere. This has been now 10. There we go. Pretty simple. And let it cool off. I want you to take one thing with you. With your whitening system, you're not limited to just t-shirts. Some of you might have difficulties finding out how the rip works, how the ATB process works, and so on, especially onto bigger areas. And small logos on letter size sheets is one of the easiest things you can do actually. And you can gang up so many logos onto one sheet, can create great profit margins besides the shirt business. So don't limit yourself, just keep your eyes open. I just want to inspire you, give you a couple of ideas of what you can do, how you can make money with this system and recoup your money that you spent on the printer. Also quite nice are these felt coasters. You can buy them relatively inexpensive for about $1 a piece, give or take, also at Amazon or your local craft store. So this one here cooled off. Let me just show you how I peel it off. Close-up cam. That should work. So again on the Flex Soft, just like that. Peel it off. Super fine details. Just closer. There we go. And just look how fine this is. I mean, this here is my thumb. I don't have huge thumbs. I just actually have very small hands for a guy. And look how fine this is. It's probably text size 8. And here we have laser dark. It's also cool. When we peel this, just push it down and roll it off like that. There we go. You don't necessarily have to repress this, but you can. Especially I like it repressed because it takes off the gloss, takes off the shine, and embeds it deeper into the fabric. And to repress it, we just use our parchment paper, create an envelope, throw this in here, cover it up, get the cam out of the way. And press it for a couple of seconds. There we go. So now the gloss is gone. It looks like a screen print. Also here we can really see the structure of the fabric itself. I hope the camera can pick this up. So really nice business opportunity. Another option, or another idea that often happens at weddings is mylar balloons. This here is a letter size page of Forever Flexsoft. Over here, the mylar balloon is about roughly $1 per piece, so you usually buy them in a pack of 10 to 15. Turns out to be about $1.10 per balloon. Flexsoft over here about $2, $2.50 for the letter size sheet, depending on the quantities that you buy. And the nice thing about this here is you can press this at 88 degrees Celsius or about 190 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 to 5 seconds. And you can press onto these balloons, obviously when they're not inflated, and you just inflate them afterwards. You can create great personal gifts for every wedding and birthday parties. Another thing I want to show you is how to press on shoes before I forget that. So this here is a blank shoe, nothing on it. And to press on a shoe, you don't need a specific press. So just take out all the paper stuff in here. We take, what do we print on? Let's use the K and the M logo over here. Move over to the close-up cam. And then we just slide the tongue over the press. Place the logo on top. Just make sure it's straight. You can fix this with tape if you want to. Close our press. Close it with the other hand. And press it for a couple of seconds. There we go. You can see it sticks already, it doesn't come off, so we just need to wait until it cools down. When you want to press the side of the shoe, you just do it very similar. Just slide the side over the corner of your heat press, like that. Make sure it's nice and straight. Put your logo on here. Let's say this one over here. Cover it up with some parchment. Close the press, press it. Same procedure. So we just wait until this cools down. And we would have a printed shoe. So this is how you do the shoes. Pretty simple actually. You just think outside of the box, which is something the OK is great for. If you're an out-of-the-box thinker, if you're a creative person, the OKs are great. So let's put that to the side. Candles is something that is also very interesting. I do have a printed candle somewhere sitting around here. Does anybody see it? Oh, there it is. So this here is a printed candle. This is done with Forever Water Slide, but you can also do it with a tattoo paper. Let me just give you a close-up of this candle over here. There we are. So we wrapped it all around the candle. And the candle is something you cannot heat press, obviously not. So for candles, you use something that's so-called a water slide paper from Forever or Forever tattoo paper. And meanwhile, I do prefer the Forever tattoo paper because you can combine so many things with the Forever tattoo paper. For example, what you can do if you have a wooden item that you cannot put under your heat press, you can place a Forever laser tattoo on it. And the Forever laser tattoo paper is a two-paper system that doesn't require a heat press at all. Just a color laser printer or a white toner laser printer if you want to apply it onto darker substrates. Like over here, this is the B paper, this is the A film, the A paper. Backside is printed. I just give you a close-up look. It's over here. So this is the A paper, this is the B foil, the adhesive, and this here is our printout. So I use the same logos over here. This case also for our imaginary wedding. And if you want to apply the adhesive, you just peel off this cover sheet over here, place it on one corner, like so, and then you go around and grab this corner over here. So you hold it tight, make sure it's somewhat straight. There we go. Then you squeeze out all the edges. You can use a credit card, you can use a squeezy, or I just use my wooden menu over here. Just squeeze out all the bubbles. Pretty simple. So now we have covered all our logos into with the adhesive. All we have to do is just cut it out. We can use a cutter for it if we have simple logos, or we just use a scissor and do it like that. So there we go. That's one tattoo. And just do another one. Sarah and Thomas one. Over here. You want to cut as closely as possible to it, just to have less adhesive on your skin. This product is tested as skin safe from an American agency. Let me just put this to the side. So here we have our two tattoos. Let me just use one on a candle, one on my skin. As a candle, I have just a regular household candle, nothing special. It's also wrapped in this plastic cover. Just give you a close-up look. So just remove the plastic wrapper around it, just like that. Pretty much regular household candles, nothing special. Then let's have this one on our candle, this logo over here. You can sell the tattoos as they are like this, just give them out to your customer. Whenever your customer wants to apply them, you just remove this clear backing over here. There we are. And apply them to your skin or whatever sub-object you want to apply it to. There we are. Now you might need to make this wet. And to make it wet, we just use a little bit of water. There we are. Actually, my drinking water that I need to drink from time to time when I speak so much. And then after it's applied, we can just slide it off carefully. There we are. And that is a decorated candle. Do the same with skin, pretty much the same process. We peel off the backing of our sheet, place it wherever we would like to have it. Let's just put it on here. It's a great idea for weddings. So this is a great idea for weddings, especially when you have these team bride, team groom games, so you know who's on which side. I'm going to just make this wet quite quickly with the water that's on the table. So you can use it for wedding games or as a wedding entry stamp. So there we are. Made this wet. Just let it off. There we are. Sarah and Thomas wedding. I don't know these guys, but now I can go to the wedding. So these have been a couple of business ideas. Like for example, for the candle. Let me just show you tell you what it costs. So for the candle, we do have the cost of a candle. This was about $1. So nothing extraordinary, just a regular candle from your typical Walmart or out of Amazon, wherever you prefer to purchase. You can buy them one by one, so you don't need to buy them in bulk. On this size of logos, we get about 10 on a letter size sheet. So we talk about 25 cents per logo. So we have a total cost of $1.25, and you can easily sell a candle like that for about $10. If it's a wedding, you probably sell like 10 of them for different places or as a wedding gift. So it's a quite nice profit margin. And if you have sold 10 of them and have just $1.25 on costs, you have more than $80 on your account just with that one job. So just combine this with a wedding, with the napkins, with the invitations, with the candle, with the tattoos that you sell off for, let's say, $3 a piece for little ones. And it's a special gift, a wooden ornament with the name on it for another $10. Oh, by the way, this one is cold. I have to peel this off. Just go to the close-up cam. So when it's cold, you just peel it off just like that. There we go. We can repress this now to get rid of the shine if you want to. So if you repress it, it looks like this, very matte, no gloss. And if you prefer the gloss, you can leave it like that, whatever you prefer. Especially on these special occasions like weddings, birthdays, where you have all this need for personalized goods, you can make these extra dollars to make the purchase of your system worthwhile. And I'm not finished yet. I have done now about half an hour, so I still have a couple of minutes left. Let me show you a special gimmick that one of my clients does. And I saw a special edition on during these Corona times, as toilet paper was kind of scarce. So what he used was regular household toilet paper, 8 rolls, about $2.50, so give or take about 30 cents for the roll. Let me just discard this here real quickly. And he uses 3 logos that are quite big. What he prefers to use is this kind of design. So dollar sign, dollar bill, because everybody loves dollars. And back in March, April, May, when toilet paper was very scarce and hard to get, he sold toilet paper with logos on it. You just put 3 little logos on here. I just cut them out real quick. So just like that, 3 little logos. Put toilet paper on the heat press. Just give you the bird's eye view. Just remove the first 3, put them in the press, just like that. And make sure there's no tension over here. And all he did was basically placing little logos on top of the toilet paper. Cover it up with some parchment. Just for a few seconds. There we are. So basically his cost on toilet paper about 30 cents, 35 cents, give or take. 3 of these logos, so basically half a sheet, about $1.25 if we account $2.50 for a sheet for plus the including the toner. So $1.25, and the total costs are roughly $155, $160 per roll. So let's just let it cool down quickly. So with a production cost of roughly $1.50 to $1.60, he has now toilet paper with 3 logos on it. And guess what he sells this stuff for? It's about $9.99, $9.95 on Etsy. Just 3 logos. All he does is he lets it cool off. Oh, now it's cold already. It's just keep heat very long. Let me peel this off very quickly. Just like that. And the last one, just like that. Obviously, you can scale this all up and and press several toilet paper rolls at once. And then he puts gold hot stamping foil on top of the dollar. Let me show you how this works. Go to the bird's eye cam. There we are. Put it back into the heat press. So a little bit of hot stamping foil that you can buy really inexpensively at your local store. A lot of your dealers will sell it as well. A little bit too less. Let me just grab a little bit extra. So, and he places it on top of the logo like this. Up. We cover it up and we press it for about 30 seconds. Temperature-wise, Forever Laser Dark Low Temp and Forever Flex Soft can work with really low temperatures of 190 degrees on the mylar balloons. That was the lowest I've ever seen. And also on polypropylene, like this non-woven bags, we work with 210. Right now we're working with 260 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, in that range for the paper products. And for cotton, obviously, we work with 310 degrees. So we have a very wide range of temperatures to match basically the requirements of different kind of fabrics. So just peel this one off. Let me just give you the bird's eye cam again. So we take this off carefully, place it down to cool, like over here. Once this is cold, basically just take it off. And now with a shiny dollar bill. And to resell it, he just rolls it back so it looks like the complete roll is printed. Wraps it nicely, like put a ribbon on it. $10, there you go. And another thing, if you are into t-shirts and you want to venture into new business ideas, let me show you a couple of portraits that you can do. Probably have seen this on the back already, like over here, with Cara Delevingne in a black and white. Just put this on here. Or with, I think his name is Rick. Full color, again, over here. In this case, it's Jay-Z. Or who recognizes this guy? Bruce Willis. And this is all, we just show this to you as a close-up. All just Forever Laser Dark. Rasterized to imitate the shading and to reduce the gloss. Pretty much on a regular t-shirt. You can see even the label of the Fruit of the Loom shirt, just a medium-sized t-shirt from Fruit of the Loom, and a picture frame from IKEA, Hofstar, if you want to look it up. This here is 30 by 40 centimeters, so 11 inches by 16 inches, roughly. Probably about, the frame about, give or take $10, probably a bit less. A t-shirt, about $2. The transfer paper about $4 to $4.50. And especially on things like birthdays, weddings, or somebody's leaving a company, we often produce frames to hold up these precious moments and to preserve these precious moments. this would be a really nice business opportunity, especially for photographs or businesses that offer photographs. So maybe you just want to join together with your local wedding photographer and just offer this kind of solution for his clients. I really hope I could inspire you and give you a couple of ideas of what you can do with the system, open up a couple of new revenue streams for you. And if you want to know more about the system in general, check out our sessions with our partners, for example, Condi or Coastal, that are also at the Sublimation Summit. They will explain you how the system generally works, what's important about the printer, what it costs, and so on. And our friend Doug from Condi Systems also goes over his favorite things about transfer rip and about rasterization in his session. So tune in, will be interesting. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was interesting for you. Until next time, my name is Christopher. Bye.